Hello there. Hope you guys are doing wonderful today. I'm jumping on my lunchtime to chat about energy. It is one of the most common things that I treat. Hands down, energy is number one. On my patient intake forums, probably 75 to 80% of people have energy as one thing they would like to change about their health or their life. So I want to share some information with you about that. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm Dr. Glenna. If you are new to my videos or you're watching this replay, I'm a naturopathic doctor. I'm a mother of 3 kids, and my passion is giving women the tools to show up in their life, feeling and looking their best so they can tackle their tasks, their goals, and whatever adventures they have in life on their list. So that is my passion. So we are going to talk about energy, and I'm going to share some tips with you, and I'm going to add the link to my free guide, which is a great thing to print out, put it on your fridge, put it in your bathroom, mentally keep it close by to remind yourself what you can do about your own energy, because often it's our lifestyle, and our lifestyle and the choices we make every day is the foundation of our health. So we got to remember that, and having little reminders around, super helpful. So don't just look at it, read it once, print it off. Put it in your calendar, maybe on the front page so that you see it as a couple of reminders every morning or mid-afternoon. So I want you to use this tool. But the one I want to talk to you today about is protein. You've got to keep your protein up. If without that protein, you're going to be eating more carbs, number one, and you're going to have to eat a lot more carbs to get those calories if you're not eating enough protein. And simple carbs, let's talk about that. So simple carbs are going to not only increase your calories, you're going to whip right through them, they're going to also increase your insulin. And insulin's job is to store fat, and it's not going to do it maybe places like this, it's going to do it around your midsection. That's how we're made for survival, so that we have easy access to this storage in case we're in a famine, we can't get access to food, etc., which was super helpful 100 years ago, not so much in this day and age. So we have to work with that. And knowing that is key. Knowing that you are made to have protein, that you are not made to have a lot of simple carbs, unless you are working it off, unless you're exercising 2 hours a day, etc. But in this day and age, very few people are exercising or have physical jobs where they're going 8 hours a day. A lot of us are sitting at least 4 or 5 hours a day. So you've got to think of protein, and you can't think of it once a day. You've got to think about it 3, 4 times a day. And it doesn't matter. You eat it at supper, eat it at lunchtime, have it as a snack. Just really focus on protein. And that can be, it doesn't have to be animal source. If you're a vegetarian, it can be nuts, no problem. It can be legumes, but you need your protein. And eggs. A lot of vegetarians are still eating eggs, so you've got lots of high protein there. So really think about that so that you're not on this cycle of having poor sleep, then you feel okay in the morning, but then afternoon fatigue. Then what do we reach for? We reach for stimulants because we need them to keep our focus, to stay awake. So we reach for caffeine, simple carbs. Then our insulin goes up. We feel great in the evening, wide awake, we feel productive, best we have all day. But then we have a hard time going into a really nice, deep, sustained sleep. So you might have had a coffee at 3 or 4, but that's in your bloodstream 8 hours later. Only half of it is left 8 hours later, but it's still in your bloodstream. And it's different for different people. Some people process caffeine quicker, and some people, they're slower to process caffeine. That just depends on your genes. But the average is 8 hours later, you still have a half the amount of that caffeine that you put in your system. So you might be able to sleep lightly, but if you have this stimulant in your system, you're not going to go down to stage 4 sleep. Your sleep's going to be broken, your sleep's going to be light, you're going to get up the next day, and it's going to hit you around 3 o'clock in the afternoon because you didn't get that 8 hours of good sleep you needed. So you're going to reach for a little caffeine, or you're going to reach for sugar, or both, so that it keeps you awake, you are more productive at work, you focus a little better. Then 8, 9 o'clock at night, when everything winds down, you're going to feel like, I think I can work on that project. I think I can get that done. So you're going to do some work between 9 and 11, and then expect to just crawl into bed and fall asleep. Doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that for most people. Probably if you're under 20, it can work for you, but later on in life, not going to work for you. So the trick is to make some easy changes that will make a huge difference. And the first one I'm sharing with you today is protein. Don't forget it. don't forget it any day. Just always get it in there and it's going to help. So I'm going to do is put the link to my free guide. If you find this video helpful, you find the information helpful, please share it so that other people can learn spreading this word about empowering yourself, doing what you can with your own health, not waiting till you are exhausted, not waiting till you feel like you're in such a bad place that you're going to reach out for help. Do the little changes now and they make huge difference in your life. So I would do that. I will put the link right now under the video, and I want you to share it for your friends, family, tag somebody if you think it's going to be helpful, if you're interested. If you find they're complaining about energy or they can't lose weight, weight loss and energy do go hand in hand. What you do for one, you can do for the other. I'm putting some general guidelines in this free guide about thyroid and adrenals. Just something general that everybody can think about, really helpful because it's so common with women over 35 now. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hopefully the sun is out wherever you are because these days are getting shorter and shorter and cloudier. So doing things that will help your energy, making sure you get enough sleep at the right hours is going to help that energy from tanking as the sun moves further and further away from us here in Canada. So thank you. Yes, thank you, Laurel. Walnuts, almonds, awesome ideas. Hummus, those are easy, healthy protein sources that make a huge difference. And often people will say, well, I can't help but get more and more, and if I take the bag of almonds out, I can't stop myself. Take a little handful out, put it in a little baggie, take a little container and throw about 12 of them in there. Kind of plan your serving before you take the whole bag and take a handful out, and that'll help you. And if you wait 20 minutes, you're going to feel more full. So that's a really good, thank you for sharing that, Laurel. And usually that mid-morning for most people, it means around 10:30 in the morning is before our sugars start going low, or 2:30 in the afternoon. If you find your energy is dipping at those times, one, address when you're going to bed, and two, look at if you're doing enough protein. And it doesn't have to be a ton. More energy, less fatigue. Awesome. So I hope you guys will try this, share this on your Facebook if you find it's valuable information. It's great to share this information with friends and families. You never know who's struggling with energy, and when we struggle with energy, often depression comes right around the corner from that because your hormones change. Your hormones start to be lower, cortisol can drop, it can raise in the evening, drop in the morning, and it can really be a struggle to get going this time of year for a lot of people. So let's start with those tips, lay the foundation, those 5, and I put them so they're easy to implement, but they still make a big difference in your life. And like I said, print them out, have them around, so that they're constant reminders. And this is normal. It doesn't mean you're different, you're sick. We all need to be doing these things if we expect our body to function optimally. We got to give it the fuel. We got to take care of it. We're like physical machines, right? There's mental, emotional aspects, but if you want to physically do your part to take care of yourself physically, put these in and it's going to make a big difference. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sharing this free guide. I'll just make sure the link went on under the video once I jump off. Take care and have an awesome day.